We now know how to locate new Google Sites, and we are ready to create. So I'm going to go New out of Drive. I'm going to go More, and then I will do Google Sites. Once this opens, this is the blank default page for a new Google site. So we're going to look at our menu options. We're going to look at right across the top at all the different options that we have. So the first is I can go to the Home for sites, and this will take me to the New Sites home. So these are all the different ones that I've created as a new site. Again, you can always go back to the classic ones if you had one of those and you wish to modify it. So as I continue across the menu bar, I can name my site because Google does what it always does. It just gives you a generic untitled at the top. Let's say that this is going to be for my biology class, and this is the spring 2017 semester. So I'm going to make a site for my students to access where I can drop in resources, I can embed videos, and make it something they can use as well as something that their parents could access if they would need to or desire. If you make any changes, you can always undo your last action. You can also redo your last action. You can preview the site at any time, and I would encourage you to do this frequently so that you know what it looks like and how to manipulate the changes that you want. So this is all that it looks like so far. The nice thing about the preview is I can see what it looks like on a cell phone, on a tablet, or on a desktop or Mac. So it's a very nice way to do that. Once I see what it looks like, I can choose my X, and I'm back to my site editor. So previewing is very important. You can add editors to this site as though you would a Google Doc, a Google Slide, or anything else. Students also have access to this, but right now they do have to go through the web browser. If I want to add a person, I do the exact same thing that I would always do. So let's say that I would like Katie and Kim, who are my teammates, to join me on this. I can notify, add a message, but I can also prevent them from publishing, changing access, or adding new people. So I still own this site. I have the ability to control who sees it, who adds to it, but I can also restrict a little bit of what they can do. I can grab this link to share it, and you'll see anyone with Washington County can view. If I make it public, that means anyone can find it, anyone who has the link. So you do have some different sharing options there, just exactly the same as you would as if this were a Google Doc or Google Slides or anything like that that you've done in Google. So I can also publish the site. Now I'm going to want to wait until the site is ready to go before I do my first publish, because once it's published and it goes live, all of those sharing options, whether it's shared worldwide or shared in WCPS, will take place. So if I'm working on this and I'm halfway through, I don't need to publish to preview. Remember, I can preview here, but if it's something I need the students to see, I could publish and then continue to edit and not publish the rest until a later date. So if I have a multi-step project that I'm building a Google site for, and I only want my students to see a portion, but then I'm going to build the rest later, so I'm going to progressively build based on feedback I get from formative assessments and things like that, I could publish the first section I have, go back in later, modify, and then publish again. We also have more options on the side. We'll get into analytics in another video, but you can send Google feedback. They do take it. You do have your help option, and if you would like, and I would encourage you to, take a tour of new Google Sites, and it will show you exactly what the features are and a quick way to navigate them. Finally, on the right, we have Insert Pages and Themes. So Insert gives me all of the things that I can insert into the page that I am working on. So right now I'm working on this main title page, so I could insert any of these different components into that page. The pages themselves are the second tab over, and you'll see right now I only have one, and out to the right I always have 3 dot options, so I can rename it or create a subpage. I also have the ability to create a page here. Now I can make as many pages as I would like, but I can't make a whole lot of subpages, and we'll look at that a little bit more as we begin to build the page. But this is how I would add pages to the new site. And finally, we have themes, and there aren't a whole lot of themes here, but the site is designed to be user-friendly and straightforward, so you can change a few of the options in the theme, and you can also change the font style, but it's not going to be as thorough as the classic Google Sites, where in classic Google Sites you were really building from the ground up a website that was very customizable, but was also a little bit heavier in coding and embedding and doing it a more traditional website building way. This is a much more straightforward, easy to use, user-friendly ability to go in, to change a theme, to change a font real quick, to change a color, and it is very nice to use for both staff and students, because a lot of times we as staff or students may not have the ability to code or design what we want, and this makes it so much easier. And then when I'm done, even if I close out of this right now and I'm in my drive, I can go here and see biology class exists, and the changes that I made to the theme, anything that I would have done, is just like any other Google document. It saves it automatically, so I don't need to worry about saving. I don't need to worry about doing any of that. I can just simply create and begin to use the new Google Sites for information, for students, for community, for staff, anything I would like to do to share information and get it out there.